most of you stay hung up in the awareness of what is. You keep explaining why you want to be well because you're sick, why you want that lover because you don't have one, why you want more money because you don't have enough. So the dominant active vibration, often when you don't mean for it to be, is about the reason that you want it, but not about wanting it. A fresh, pure desire, which is what the source within you knows, a fresh, pure desire feels like exhilaration. It feels like interest and passion. It feels like, wouldn't this be fun? Or isn't this nice? Or don't I really like to think about this? It feels like the culmination of what you're asking for. It never feels like the absence. Wanting never feels like the absence of what you want. Wanting and desire in its purest form is the epitome of a life-giving frisky moment. So if you're feeling disappointed, you're not frisky. If you're feeling disappointed, you're not a match to what's in your vibrational reality. You're a match to the absence of what's in your vibrational reality, which will hold you as long as you remain a match to the absence of what you want, away from what you want. So we want to paint a picture for you that you can really sink your thoughts around and get all of your awareness wrapped around this. Because if you can understand this, your physical experience and the time from which you ask for something and it comes into full manifestation will become a very short period of time. It's not necessary for you to suffer for long periods of time in the absence of things you want. The things you want should come to you quickly. They should. And in the vibrational world, it is an instant manifestation. When you ask for it, the source within you becomes the vibrational equivalent of what you've asked for. You just have some catching up to do. The best way of saying it is, life caused you to become more, and the larger part of you has already become it. What's the rest of you doing? And you say, over here complaining about it not happening yet. Over here trying to figure out what I've done wrong. Over here feeling irritated that they've got it and I don't. Over here irritated that life doesn't seem fair and that I've worked really hard and that things should be going better for me. I don't have enough, I don't have enough, I don't have enough, I don't have enough. They're squandering it over there. They're mismanaging it over there. They're not taking care of business over there. And we say, it doesn't matter what excuse you're using to make yourself feel negative emotion. It doesn't matter what reality you're facing. It doesn't matter how real it is. We're not saying you're making it up. In most cases, you are historically and authentically accurate. But when you give your attention to the absence of what you want, when you let current reality be the truth-based reason for focusing, that's what you say to us. Well, it's true. Shouldn't I give my attention to it? And we say, yes, if you want it to remain exactly as it is. Well, doesn't truth count for anything? Yeah, it counts for somebody having given attention to something long enough that it became a reality. If you like it, jump on board. But if you don't like it, give your attention to something else. Use as your criteria for why you focus where you focus. Let your criteria be, how does it feel when I give my attention to it? Because if you find something that feels interesting when you focus upon it, which feels life-giving, which gives you a feeling of elation, when you start training yourself toward those things that feel really good, what's happening is you're training yourself into vibrational alignment with what you have already created that's in your vibrational escrow. And then life must get better for you. Here's how it works. You came forth from non-physical into the physical, a part of you. The larger part of you remained non-physically focused. You came forth into this physical body, and contrast causes you to know what you don't want and to ask for what you do want, whether you speak words about it or not. Every time you ask, the source energy part of you gives undivided attention to what you've asked for. Now, law of attraction is responding to every vibration that exists. And vibrations happen because attention is given. The vibration is about consciousness. So, law of attraction is responding to two vibrational aspects of you. The vibrational aspect of you in your human form and the vibrational aspect of you in your non-physical form. When you ask for something, the larger part of you gives undivided attention to what you've asked for, and now law of attraction is responding to this request. Now, it's important for you to understand that law of attraction has been responding to that request. Law of attraction has been responding to who you were before you were born and who you have become ever since. And everything that you ask for, source energy becomes a vibrational match too. So think about law of attraction's response to that very large vibrational offering. And as a result of law of attraction responding to this request, there is a vortex of creation, a vortex of attraction, where all things necessary to give you the fulfilled, manifested version of what you've asked for, all things necessary, all cooperative components are drawn to this vibrational vortex. If you could see it and know it as we do, you would never again worry about anything. If you could stand back and see what the billions of people on your planet today and all of those before have been living and therefore asking for, and you could view the vortex of mass consciousness, you would not worry about future experience. You would know the well-being, the utter well-being that is in place and coming even more into place. So here is this vortex of attraction, and it's huge. It is huge and powerful. And everything, all the things that you've asked for, the money, the clarity, the stability, the vitality, the harmony, all the things that you've been asking for from your discordant, comparative, contrasting experience, all of that is attracted. It's all there. It's all done. You know what's missing? You. Not always. But you are the only possible missing component. In other words, everything you want. You have created this expanded, ever amended version of you, which is vibrationally culminated at all times. And the power of law of attraction makes sure that that is so. But if you're over here saying, where is it? Then you're holding yourself vibrationally apart. And that tension of not going is what negative emotion is. When you're feeling joy, you're in the vortex. That's what that feeling of passion is. When you're feeling hope, you're close to the vortex. When you're frustrated, you're not in the vortex. When you're angry, you're not in the vortex. When you are feeling fear, you're really not in the vortex. In other words, you can tell by the way you feel what your proximity to this vortex is. And we want to say to you, if this vortex that is largely you were not spinning and attracting, then your not going wouldn't bother you. It's only bothering you because it is your creation and you're the only holdout. When you ask for improved life and the entire universe goes to work on creating an improved life, and you choose, instead of looking for positive aspects to beat the drum of what's gone wrong, you don't go to something that you've created, and that's why you feel worse. If you hadn't created the improvement to begin with, you wouldn't feel bad in the not joining the culmination of the improvement. So, in very simple terms, we just have to say to you, when life causes you to be more, you've got to let yourself be it or you're not going to feel good. And many of you have already figured that out. You say, oh, I felt a lot better before I even wanted that. But now I want it and I don't have it. I feel awful. I feel better before I wanted it. And we say, you can't stop wanting. You've got to give that up. Some people say, oh, Abraham, wanting is not a good thing. Wanting and spirituality do not go together. Desire is not a good state of being. And in every case, when someone has brought that information to us from some body of work that they've been studying, we always say, and what do they tell you will happen to you if you give up your desire? And they say, we will then feel joy. And we say, is not joy desire? Is that not a desire? In other words, you cannot cease your desire, because the entire universe, this eternal universe, is established for the continuation of self. So contrast will always be part of your physical experience, and it will always cause you to expand. And when it does, it's a step 3 process. Contrast causes you to ask. You can't help it. That's step 1. Ask. Step 2, source answers. Source doesn't just answer what you've asked for. Source becomes the vibrational equivalent of what you've asked for and holds steadily to that concept eternally. When you ask, Source becomes it and never stops standing in the vibrational place of it. Do you know that there is no slipping back from expansion? There is no regression. If life causes you or anyone, that's what the evolution of all species is about. If life causes you or anyone to ask for and then vibrationally become more, there is no slipping back from it. You can't say, oh, never mind. Oh, never mind. I'll take back the experience that caused me to desire this. You can't take it back. You lived it. You became it. The larger part of you is it. And now you have no choice if you are to be joyful other than to let yourself go with the flow of who you have become. And that really is what this art of allowing gathering is all about. It's about figuring out how, in my physical form, to find thoughts, more and more and more of them, that allow me more and more to get into the vortex of who I am. If we were standing in your physical shoes, we would say things like, I no longer want to be the only holdout in my creative picture. When I have created in my mind, when I live in a house with not enough closets, I ask for more closets, and Source lines it up. When I live in a relationship where I'm not respected, I ask for more respect, and Source lines it up. When I work for an employer who doesn't know what they're doing, I ask for somebody who's more efficient, and Source lines it up. When I don't have something I want, I ask for it, and Source lines it up. Source is lining it up. Law of attraction is responding to it. Your creations are there. They are already in place. What are you doing about getting inside the vortex where that is? And we say, if you're looking for positive aspects, if you're getting on rampages of appreciation, if you're making lists of things you like, if you're playing wouldn't it be nice if you're playing isn't that a beautiful thing, if you're looking for reasons to feel good, if you're leaning toward optimism, then you're moving closer and closer to the vortex. And the closer you get vibrationally or attitudinally or emotionally to feeling good, what happens is the more you are then vibrationally in sync, and then you get full view of what it is you are wanting. Esther lost her beautiful gold pen. She could not find it anywhere. It was so upsetting to her. She saved it for the writing of personal correspondence. It was a gift that Jerry had given her early in their experience. She loved that pen. It was the most beautiful possession that she had, and she could not find it. She looked everywhere for it, turned purses upside down, went through drawers. When they moved, she was sure she would find it. She opened every box and every drawer, looked everywhere for it, and announced to Jerry, I cannot find my pen. I think it is really gone. And Jerry said, oh good, something to buy. And Esther said, I don't want a new pen. I want that pen. I want that pen. I want my special pen. I want that pen. What have you done with my pen? What have you done with my pen? Where's my pen? I wouldn't lose it. I know I wouldn't lose it. I care too much about it. Where's my pen? Where's my pen? Where's my pen? Where's my pen? I want my pen. I want my pen. I want my pen. I want my pen. It's lost. It's lost. I can't find it. I can't find it. I can't find it. I can't find it. I want my pen. 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 We're not kidding you. I want my pen. I want my pen. I want my pen. I want my pen. She looked for it for days and days and days. It was on her mind. Every time she opened a drawer or a box, she went through everything. And then Jerry said, let it go. Let it go. Just let it go. And Esther said, I have no choice. It isn't anywhere. And then, months later, she was looking for something else and found her pen. In a purse that she had turned upside down over and over and over again. How can that be? You put it in there when I wasn't looking, didn't you? How can that be? How can something that was there, how can something right before my nose, how can something that I actually had in my hand, I ran my hands through that bag, through that lining, turned it upside down. How could my beautiful pen have been there and me not see it? Because when you set your radio dial on 6:30 a.m., you cannot hear what's being broadcast on 98.7. You cannot find what is lost. You cannot receive apart from dominant vibrational patterns that are within you. That's why when life has touched you as it does, and you come to conclusions that work against you, I'm not worthy, I'm not smart, I don't have enough money, I can't find something that is important to me. When you let life as it is, Esther let her factual, truth-based reality I looked in that purse, and I looked in that purse, and I looked in that purse, and I looked in that box, and I looked in that drawer. I looked everywhere, and the pen is not in any of those places. I have proven to myself that it is not there. And we say, you are so determined to face reality, to look at the facts. And usually, in the majority of cases, the facts that you're looking at are distorted facts. You have an impression that is not valid, but as you hold yourself to that invalid, maybe it's valid, to that perspective that contradicts something that you want, what you want